Hallo meine Freunde, was geht ab? Mein Name ist Dan, yo, und wir zocken eine Runde LA Noire. Vielen Dank, dass ihr wieder einschaltet, meine Freunde. Jeden Tag um 18 Uhr ein neues Video hier auf meinem Kanal. Freut mich sehr, dass ihr wieder dabei seid. Wir fahren jetzt, abonnieren 90, meine Freunde. Abonnieren, liken, kommentieren für den Algorithmus, würde ich mich sehr freuen. Wir fahren jetzt zu den Adressen, die uns gegeben wurden. Das ist erstmal die Emerald Street. Ich habe ihren Namen vergessen. Aber da wurde... Sorry. Aber da wurde eine Frau vermisst gemeldet.
Hello? Yes?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby Ross's, for a party. She was kind of dolled up. She had her green silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Tarleton? I'm afraid we have some rather bad news. Do you have someone who can look after your children, Mr. Tarleton?
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
I'm afraid your wife was murdered last night. Her body was found this morning. We're very sorry for your loss. I know this is a difficult time, Mr. Tarleton, but we are going to need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't think
It's
that...
procedure. You see to your girls.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
What's the problem, Tarleton? Let
Die
him
armen
search.
Kids, ey.
You got nothing to hide. You want to hear something funny, Tarleton? Some bums think filling out a missing persons report actually rules them out as a suspect.
I wonder why the picture was turned down.
Da ist wieder sowas.
Check if she
Bronzenbar.
was a regular.
Die waren doch aus. Warum ist ihre
Not
Handtasche
sure this
hier?
means much.
Was? Mach doch mal auf, Bro.
Not much help. Nope.
Der Rahmen, nicht der Rahmen. Der Türgriff ist doch Gold. Wo ist denn mein Bro jetzt hingegangen?
Baron's bar again. Someone must be real sweet on this dive. If you'd excuse me, ladies. Not everything here is going to be relevant. I'll be out of your way momentarily, ladies. So she went out without her handbag?
Habe ich doch gesagt, die Handtasche.
She'd have to be in quite a state to leave this behind. At least she was spared that particular indignity.
Okay. Schuhgröße und Dreck.
We can see if Pinker can match the impression to the crime scene. Lars was out in the rain last night.
Wir fragen ihn gleich, ob er draußen war oder nicht. Okie dokie.
Looks like a match with the ligature marks.
Meint er hat sie getötet, Freunde? Komm, wir quatschen mit ihm. Oder sollte ich noch mal schnell was überprüfen?
He's the cop who arrested that movie producer. It's about time some of those movie people went to jail. They think they're untouchable.
Phelps, 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Would you like him picked up?
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Thanks.
Which Ross? Wie heißt der Kerl?
For the record, Mr. Tarleton, what is your wife's name?
Teresa.
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right, Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
You let your drunk wife leave the party and go off on her own?
Look, I was angry. I was having a good time. She has to go and ruin it. We always have to do what she wants to do. Last night she wanted to go dancing.
Any idea where?
Where she always goes. A bar down on North Beaudry Avenue. Baron's Bar. She goes there, drinks too much, gets maudlin, and calls me. I go and bring her home.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. There can't be anyone who knew her.
So you don't know anyone who would want her dead?
No, I don't.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. I played out my hand and drove home here. Paid the sitter and went to bed.
Die haben doch gesagt, du hast keinen
In
Dingens gefunden.
sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, Lars.
And you're the perfect husband, I suppose.
Mr. Tarleton, was Teresa happy at home?
Yeah, I think she was.
Spill it, Tarleton. We like the look of you for this, so you better give us something.
We're at the party. She has a few and says she wants to go out dancing. We only have the sitter until 9. I get mad. I tell her to go ahead, but I'm staying. She storms out. Look, I'm doing well at cards. I hardly ever do well. I married her because she was so much fun, but now she drives me fucking crazy.
What time did she leave the party?
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
Thanks for answering our questions, Mr. Tarleton. You'll need to go downtown to identify your wife's body.
I should have taken her dancing.
In my experience, Mac, you give in to broads, you'll be giving in to them your entire life. Sounds like the Tarleton broad had her last drink at Barron's bar. We should check the place out.
Appreciate your time, sir.
You believe this guy's story?
Kind of rings true.
Fahren wir zu Barron's Bar. Aber vorher hätte ich nochmal anrufen müssen, ne? Ob Bobby das bestätigen kann, ob die auf der Party waren oder nicht. Jetzt stellt euch vor, Bobby sagt, es gab gar keine Party.
Gents, drink?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
I'm Benny Clough. This about Teresa Tarleton?
Yes, it is.
I heard about it on the radio. They're saying it was that Black Dahlia freak again? God damn it. Yeah, I rang that husband of hers. The babysitter said he was out.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions. What time did Teresa leave?
Around 10:30, I think.
On foot? In a car? By bus? How was it?
She called for a cab.
Did you get the number?
Sure I did. I like Teresa. The only time she has a drink is when things aren't going so good at home. I was worried about her.
That cherry pie was lit.
Teresa T.
Put out an
Cap.
APB on the cab. 3591. Should be traceable. Who was she with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums in here, but nothing to fit that description.
You've never served him.
Not a chance. By the sound of it, he's the type of bum you send packing right when he walks through the door.
Okay, das war falsch.
Any idea where she was headed?
Nope. I didn't get that.
She was murdered, Benny. Brutally murdered. If you like this lady, you should give us something.
You telling me I'm not cooperating? Watch it, pal.
You want us to catch the guy, sir. We need information, not cute answers and delaying tactic.
I do my best, goddammit. What do you want from a guy?
Any of your regulars know the broad?
Ask him yourself.
LAPD. Keep your seats, boys. This won't take a second. We can't let the son of a bitch get away.
Boy, let's take it to better days.
LAPD! What are you running from, sir?
Come on, we got a ride. Get in and drive.
Och, Bros. Ich soll reingehen und fahren. Okay, ich habe gedacht, der fährt jetzt mit mir. Er ist weg.
I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
Fickte Scheiße, Alter. Ich sehe gar nichts. Wo müssen wir denn hin? Der Typ ist weg. Fall gescheitert. Ich habe gedacht, ich krieg ihn noch
God
so.
damn it, get after him, Cole.
I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
Hier lang. Achtung!
I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar where he met the Vic in.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine.
Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close. Hit him, Cole. Spin him out. Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
Let's end this farce.
All right, you got me. I've had enough.
Give it up, LAPD. Name.
Richard Bates, what is it you want?
I'll ask the questions. Firstly, why did you run?
I don't mix with cops if I can help it.
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead, and your face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor. You could lay it off on him. Are we finished?
Do you want my partner to sap you? Tell us what we want to know.
She was okay. Drunk. Pissed off at her old man, wanting to go dancing. I thought I'd ply her with a few drinks and get my end away. Looks like your Salty had the same idea.
So what happened when you left the bar?
Sailor boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know.
Machen wir guter Kopf, oh komm, wir machen einmal Dingens. Nochmal böser Kopf.
You've done time, haven't you, Richard? Is that why you ran?
I'm on parole.
On what offense?
Sexual assault. Look, I was lying there on the sidewalk. He flags a cab and jumps in with the broad.
We're taking you in, Bates.
How come?
Just for a chat. Nice private chat. I'll explain my theory of once a degenerate, always a degenerate.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
Seemann müssen wir jetzt finden. (1247)
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an APB out on a yellow cab, number 3591. Ask dispatch to relay all sightings to car 11K.
No problem. I'll get on the radio.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Could be our man.
Thanks, ma'am.
Dann let's go.
You're behind the wheel.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Zum Revier, Bro, zum Revier. Da fahren wir jetzt hin. Zusammen, zusammen.
He's in interview 2.
Thanks. What do you make of him?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
Interview 2.
I need a drink.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. We know why you're here, Jessup, so it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble. That's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning. You went to Barron's Bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrellson?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
So you tried to make a woman who was incredibly drunk?
Look, I'm not proud of myself, but I never hurt her.
You took her dancing?
That's right. Caught a cab to the Crystal Ballroom.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrellson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup. We're holding you till we can clear this with the driver.
Yeah, my CO said as much.
Can you put the guy in 2 in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, Detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the Beau has a record, too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assaults.
Thanks.
Dann holen wir uns den mal, oder?
You know the way. You can drive.
And where exactly are we going?
Obdachlosenlager wieder, Bro. Er wurde ja gesichtet, also das heißt, er müsste jetzt noch da sein.
3 suspects in the can and 1 on the hook. And still no hard evidence on any of them.
Sah auf jeden Fall nach einem Creep aus.
11K, go ahead.
Patrolman reporting that Bobby Ross's car game is breaking up at midnight.
11K, roger that. Only have time to get downtown, Cole.
It's possible. Have them bring him in.
KGPL, could we have Lars Terrellson picked up?
11K, roger.
Goodie. Das heißt, der Mann ist auch noch in Verdacht. Ja, müssen wir mal schauen, ne? Wir reden jetzt erstmal mit dem Obdachlosen. Oh, gleich eine Waffe dabei, Bro.
LAPD. We'd like a word with you.
Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far.
I need you to stay copacetic, Phelps. We need to hold out to the cavalry line.
How do we do that?
Like this. Fuck off. Keep him down, Phelps.
If you
Your
want
disciples
to
know what you did last night?
We need to fight for it.
Wieso?
These men know they're harboring a murderer?
This your socialist utopia, bud?
What's your name?
Comrade Stalin.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
The Kremlin's over here, Phelps. Toss it, see what you find.
Es wird wieder gezeigt, was abgeht.
Jack. I'm off to the Lighthouse Club in Santa Monica. Hello, Jack.
Mr. Benson, this is Courtney Sheldon. He's a buddy of mine from the war.
Well, I'm sure you two will want to polish some old war stories. Good evening, Jack. Mr. Sheldon.
Good night, sir. Take a seat, Courtney.
We need your help, Jack.
I told you I would have nothing to do with that.
I'm fine too, Jack. Medical school's going well. I got a part-time job.
Do dope peddlers need part-time jobs?
We made a mistake and we're in trouble, Jack. A local gangster, Mickey Cohen, is putting on the squeeze.
So hand it over, walk away. What's stopping you?
We had a deal with them, that they would dole it out slowly. They said they would supply abortion clinics and doctors, but they've been moving it on to addicts, and they can't cope with the purity.
So your problem is with gangsters being dishonest.
My problem is that people are dying, and that if this gets back to us, we'll all end up in jail.
So how am I supposed to help, Courtney? This isn't the war. I can't just wave a magic wand and clean up your mess.
We want you to negotiate, Jack.
The only thing these guys understand is force, Sheldon. They got to the top back east by proving to be more vicious than the English, the Irish, and the Dutch. They make their own laws. That's the nature of a secret society. For God's sake, Courtney, you want to be a doctor. How can you fight with that?
We are better trained, Jack.
I didn't make it through the war to come back to this kind of shit, Sheldon.
Okay, dope war. Los Angeles Inquisitor.
You got a problem? How?
Oh, 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 Freunde.
Looks familiar. Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terreldson's chin.
Das kann doch nicht wahr sein. Wir haben ihn oder nicht?
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer.
Okay, sie war da, dancen. Was haben wir noch? Aber eigentlich haben wir alle Beweise, ja? Könnten jetzt zurückfahren und sie ihn einbuchen.
Has that just been paid look about him?
Can you drive to this one?
Fine. Where are we headed?
Auf zum Zentralrevier. Und wir nehmen den fest.
The husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out. Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same stick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
We have the evidence. We know she was here. All we need is a confession and we can charge the bum with murder.
Das heißt, er muss es zugeben, ne? Jetzt müssen wir es schlau hinkriegen, aber ich habe keine Intuition mehr. Keine Punkte mehr dafür. Und ihr wisst ja, dass ich da drin nicht so gut bin. Keine Ahnung wieso, aber irgendwie klappt es hier gerade nicht.
We're going this way.
Hier? Interview room 1.
Ackerman, you were in the Marines.
How do you know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in flamethrower detail. What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
Why did you kill Mrs. Terrellson?
I have no recollection of the people I have killed.
You hate women, Ackerman?
More than you could ever imagine.
How much did you hate Mrs. Terrellson?
I ache to put my seed in them. Afterwards, I have no use for them.
A bus driver dropped Mrs. Terrellson near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill? I have many places. I go where I please.
Beschuldigen wir ihn?
You are clearly insane, Ackerman. The state of California does not execute mental patients.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed, but I've killed many of them. Their necks are so fragile.
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terrellson.
Ist dieser Killer.
A man down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society, I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Teresa Terrellson will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time we send some men in to remove the godless and send them on their way over the county line. A grand day that will be, gentlemen. And a grand result you have brought me. You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
Okay. Die Identifizierung des Opfers auf andere Weise hätte viel Laufarbeit und Familienstreitigkeit erspart. Okay, cool. Das heißt, wir hätten es noch anders irgendwie machen können. Ja, Freunde. Ich würde sagen, das war's von der Folge. Ich bedanke mich herzlich fürs Zuschauen. Wir sehen uns dann in der nächsten Folge wieder. Also bis dann, macht's gut und ciao.